Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily is part of the Modern Grower Podcast Network. Check out some of our other shows like Carrot Cash Flow, the Growing Microgreens Podcast, and Farm Small, Farm Smart. Learn more about the shows using the link below.
Almost anybody can grow a cereal crop. Like, it doesn't take much. You get one shot, throw it in the ground, and hope for the best. But with with that, there's a lot more cushion in place with policies and stuff, especially in our country. I mean, agriculture policies are developed fully around that type of agriculture. So for a guy like me starting out, there's no protection. It is all
Yeah.
in how I manage, how what I learn, what I do myself. There's no essentially no financial help from the government in any way to be starting or protect me, my production in the event of extreme weather or things like that. So there's challenges, but it's more interesting because there's so many more moving parts to this type of food production compared to just growing grain or
Yeah.
commodity.
It's extremely similar here. I mean, there's been talk of late of, sort of bailing out the soybean farmers or helping soybean farmers, and or helping farmers. And when you hear talking heads, government officials talk about helping farmers, like, I know they're not talking about me. I know that, they're not talking about those of us who are, weekend warriors at the farmers market.
Yeah.
They're talking about the big boys who are, primarily not even producing food. They're producing, whether it's corn for ethanol or it's feed for livestock operations, or, or so on and so forth, or for export. You just sort of learn and realize it's like, yeah, even though I have a farm services agency number, I'm sort of in the USDA system. I can apply for grants and things just like anybody else can. I'm fully aware that we are on a totally different, like, we're on a different planet altogether from when, you hear politicians and business people and, um, you know, news pundits talk about agriculture. It's just the nature of what it is. And so we are sort of on our own in some ways. And obviously we have each other kind of in this space. We have our customers and those who kind of make our business possible. But, we're not getting a handout anytime soon, where, we just have to continue to put in the work. And if you have a bad year, you have a bad year, and you try to do better than next year and prepare for those contingencies. But at the end of the day, yeah, you just gotta make it happen, and nobody's gonna be there with the safety net to catch you.
Maybe that's a good thing though.
Yeah.
It'll challenge you to do better at it for yourself, right? So, because you don't have that help coming. So you got to make it work yourself.
Yeah, it means that every plant start that you start in the propagation house, every pass with the jang that goes down that bed or whatever it may be, like, everything counts. There's no just like, we'll just see, and if, we get, 50% germination, we'll just kind of move on. And yeah, it's, sales were down a little bit this year, but we'll do better next year. And it all kind of comes out in the wash. We'll just get another loan from the bank and keep on operating. It's like, no, every little bit has to be done with absolute intention. And every planting has to be with purpose and intention to be as maximally profitable and, as productive as it can be, not just because of money, but just because we're feeding people. We're not feeding animals. We're not, you know, we're not going to be one small lot of an entire cargo shipload of grain that's going to get shipped to the other side of the world. It's like, this broccoli planting needs to work because I know the people, I know their names, I see their faces, I've seen their kids that are going to be fed from this. And so that, yes, it puts some extra pressure in some ways, but I think also it's the motivation and it's the purpose behind what we do, and why we get up and go do everything from planting, harvesting, cultivating, maintenance. We wear every single hat, and I think it's the fact that we have such a direct connection, and we can feel every bit of that whole process. And the independence that we have is sort of that passion that pushes us forward to keep us going.
Hey there, want to spend less time pulling weeds? Check out Soil Shield by Modern Grower. It's the pre-cut landscape fabric solution to help you drastically reduce weed pressure. Just roll it out, staple it down, and plant. Then let it do the work for you. Say goodbye to endless weeding and hello to more free time. Plus, it's high quality, durable, and will last for years, saving you time and money in the long run. It's available in a variety of row and hole spacings to accommodate all the crops that vegetable farmers grow. Learn more about Soil Shield landscape fabric at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.